How did that happen? Do you want to say hi? Hello, YouTube. I have cat hair stuck to my face. I can feel it. There it is. For the past like 4 or 5 days, I've been struggling with some kind of sinus infection where I literally cannot smell anything. I can't taste food, and I just have horrible sinus pressure. So I figured while I'm hanging out in my bed doing nothing, I would answer some more of your burning questions because I get a lot of them, and I wanted to hit on some of the more personal questions today. There's really nothing that I feel that uncomfortable talking about, so yeah, today I'm going to share all of my secrets, and let's get right into it. I'm also joined here by my personal assistant, right baby? Very excited about it because Ruby is like our most skittish cat. She's pretty shy. The thing about Ruby is things can take a turn at any moment. You just kind of never know with her, so she's a little bit unpredictable, but we do love her very much. Right? Are you happy right now? We're going to start right away with some of the more personal questions. Have you ever wanted to stop being in a monogamous relationship or wanted to explore other people within your relationship? I could probably make an entire video out of this question because it's something that I spend a lot of time thinking about. The short answer is yes, I have contemplated whether or not a monogamous relationship is natural or correct for me, and I do think frequently about whether or not as humans we should be with the same person forever. From a primitive approach, it doesn't really make sense. I think it's more natural to be with different partners throughout your lifetime. However, we have socially evolved as humans to be in monogamous relationships, and I don't necessarily think that it's a bad thing. I think there are positives and negatives. I do think that it can work out, but for me, I do struggle with the concept. One of the most rewarding parts of a relationship to me is that mental connection, and I definitely feel that when I'm having like a low point in my relationship, I often wonder what it would be like to explore like mental stimulation from other people, but I've never been the kind of person who's interested in one night stands or like being physically involved with multiple people. So I have mixed feelings on it. I don't really know if my answer even answered the question. All of our friendships are based on attraction on some level. I do wonder what it would be like to explore some of those connections with other people, but generally I also value loyalty and I like building something with one person. I do think it's quite special. I'm not sure if I would ever be interested in polyamory. I don't feel like I'd be quite comfortable with it in a relationship. It doesn't like appeal to me. Yeah, we can talk about that more in depth if you guys would like to. That's my answer for now. What would your life be like if you were single? Well, I have been in a relationship now for the last 4 years, so I suspect that my life would be significantly different. I think I would still be a loner. I think I would still be pretty antisocial, maybe a bit more social, just because I guess I would feel the desire to have some form of companionship, whether it be through friends or through a partner. The idea of dating in Los Angeles at this point in my life sounds so unappealing to me. I could be very Emily Dickinson and just never come outside of my house again. That's possible. I think I had a Tinder for like 2 days and I never met anyone. And that was when Tinder was first becoming a thing. So I signed up for it through peer pressure, and then I like immediately deleted it because it just was not my vibe. So I don't know what I would do. Can you offer advice on body confidence and feeling sexy in your own skin? You guys might not like the answer to this, but I have to say that when I started dancing around age 18, my confidence dramatically increased, and I'm not encouraging anyone to go to a strip club and get a job to have higher self-esteem, but in some weird twisted way, when you open yourself to like criticism and judgment, somehow you stop caring about what people think. I think you start to become less critical of yourself, and rejection becomes a lot easier. You somehow gain this like appreciation for your body, and this confidence that you didn't have before. So I do feel like dancing really helped me with that, but I would not encourage that lifestyle for sure. If you're looking to gain confidence though, I surely would encourage you to do things that make you feel good about your body. Meditation is also really helpful, or taking some time out from a culture that has become very critical, especially in media, especially on social media. The older I get, the more I have appreciation for the fact that our bodies can just like sustain life for us. So thinking about things on a really basic level sometimes, as stupid as that sounds. So yeah, that's my advice. Going along with that, how long have I been pole dancing? Well, I started dancing when I was 18 as a job, and I am still pole dancing to this day. I don't practice as often as I would like to because I haven't found a studio in LA that I really like. I usually will take drop-in classes on ClassPass at different studios, or I'll practice with my friend Elizabeth. Yeah, it's been over 10 years. That's crazy. Do you regret your tattoos? I've also made a video about this, but it was a long time ago, and I feel like it's an awkward video, so don't watch it. Yeah, I definitely do. A lot of my tattoos I got when I was 18 years old, 19 years old, and I would change many of them, if not all of them. The only ones I feel like I really don't regret are the ones that I've given to myself, and they're not good. So my advice would be, don't get tattooed unless you're gonna do it to yourself. But that's also bad advice, so don't listen to it. I have had a couple of my tattoos lasered. Sometimes you need like 20 laser sessions, and they're very, very painful. I also had this tattoo on my hand lasered, and the laser like changed my skin. It has scar tissue buildup on it now from getting it lasered. So it's kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. So I'm not really planning on getting more laser tattoo removal, but I'm also not planning on getting any tattoos. I don't feel like I identify with tattoo culture. I was certainly a different person when I was 18 years old, and at this point I just kind of feel like there are a lot that I would choose to eliminate. How much is your rent? This is a question that I get frequently, and I'm gonna tell you the exact dollar amount that I pay in rent. Los Angeles has an extremely high cost of living, as does New York, which is where I lived prior to moving here. As of yet, I've never done an official like house tour for where we live now, so you guys don't quite get the gist of like what my entire house looks like. Obviously, you've seen a lot of the rooms in different videos. I think that our place was like a diamond in the rough. Every single apartment I have lived in, except for maybe one, I have found myself, and I have negotiated a better price for the place. There's so much crap on the market that's overpriced, so you gotta hold out for something that you really think is great. We've been in this place now for 2 years, and I pay $11.50 for rent, $1,150 per month. The place that I previously was living, I paid $875, which is actually the cheapest rent that I've had since I moved from Baltimore. You know, $875, $1150, that is still a lot of money to be spending on a place that you don't own, in my opinion. I can't even imagine ever owning property in California because you can hardly find anything for under like $1 million. You guys probably pay different rent based on where you live, and it's all relative to the cost of living in your area. I am looking online right now, and I pulled this up just for this video, but it says that the average price for a studio apartment in Los Angeles that is 502 square feet is $1,622. Last updated September 2018. Most of my friends live in smaller places than I do, and they pay a significantly higher amount in rent. I will say that our place doesn't have like updated amenities like a dishwasher or air conditioning, but we have a lot more space, and I'm totally cool with that. I'm sure I will get a lot of comments talking about how crazy it is that I spend $11.50 on rent. I challenge you to move to Los Angeles and find cheaper rent, honestly. LA also has a pretty high minimum wage. I cannot remember offhand what it is. I hate not knowing logistical things, but I think it's $11 an hour. So assuming that it's $11 an hour, and assuming that somebody works full-time, that person would still be able to afford to live and pay my rent in Los Angeles, making minimum wage. So I don't really think that I'm living outside of my means. Of course, Nick also contributes to rent. We split it equally. If I was single, I would not be able to afford this place, and I would definitely have to look into other options. That's the benefit of having a roommate or having a partner. So take that as you will. Have you ever personally dealt with an eating disorder? No, I haven't. The only thing that has always been a challenge to me, I definitely am not great about eating 3 set meals in a day all the time, and if I'm doing a ton of things or I'm busy, I frequently will forget to eat a meal. It's not because I'm trying to starve myself, it's not because I have an issue with my body image. I definitely have issues with a structured schedule for meals, and part of that I think is from working in nightlife for so long and being on just such a weird schedule where I would be like going to bed at 5 a.m. and then waking up really late in the afternoon, and now that I'm past that, I still haven't been able to fully formulate the best schedule for meals. What are your thoughts on marriage and having children? Nick and I both feel similarly about marriage. It's not that we don't believe in marriage, but we don't really believe in it from like a social standpoint. I feel like marriage these days is so centered around having this huge wedding and spending tons of money. I don't really believe in that. I don't think it's necessary. I think there is value in making a lifetime commitment to someone if you're building a life with that person, but I don't think it needs to come with all of the materialism and all of the like exorbitance that we associate marriage with. I am maybe the only person among my friends who is not pressed on getting a ring. In fact, I have such mixed feelings about the ethics around diamonds, gold, and like I have a lot of environmental concerns about mining for all of those things, as well as the ethical concerns around like blood diamonds and stuff. Yeah, both of us are not pressed to get married, and as for kids, I thought I wanted kids when I was younger. I always envisioned myself being like a family person, and I like interacting with children, but I cannot see myself having kids at this point in my life. Maybe there will be like some kind of maternal impulse within me when I turn a certain age, but as I've gotten older, I feel less and less urge to ever have children. As selfish as it sounds, I feel like when you have kids, you kind of lose your independence completely, and that really scares me. What are my favorite ASMR channels? A lot of you guys ask me this. Maria Gentle Whispering is my favorite ASMR channel of all time. She's the only one who really makes me feel truly relaxed. Maria, I think, will always be my number one. There's just something about her cadence and her speech and the way that she carries herself that seems so genuinely kind. I think I benefit the most from her videos. I also really like Latte. I also watch videos that are not specified as ASMR videos, like watching people get their makeup done sometimes, or watching other people get massages. All of that is also relaxing to me. Okay, I think I have time to answer like one more question. Sorry that I talk for so long. Every question is just like a novel. Is materialism a key component for happiness? Absolutely not. I truly feel like less is more pretty much in every area of my life. If you've been watching my videos for a while now, you know that I'm becoming more influenced by minimalism and the zero waste movement. I feel cluttered by material things. I feel like suffocated by having too many options. I feel best when I have as few things as possible that bring me the most joy. I actually need to start getting ready for this birthday party. Thank you guys so much for watching. Throughout the course of filming this, I have just been sitting here sweating so badly that my entire shirt is like damp. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully this was interesting for you. Hopefully you learned something. If not, then you can leave negative comments about how much I spent on my rent or whatever you want. I'll see you guys very soon, and I will talk to you then. Bye!